Once upon a time, deep in the forest, there was a small turtle named Taro. Unlike other animals, Taro didn't have a bold personality or quick speed, but he had something no one could take from him: patience. While the other animals rushed through their daily tasks, Taro took his time, enjoying the peaceful moments of life. Taro's shell was strong and sturdy, and he had always felt safe within it. His home was his shield, and he knew that no matter what storm or trouble came his way, he could always retreat inside his shell for protection. But while Taro was calm and steady, he noticed something. He saw the busy squirrels, always chattering and scurrying, their minds filled with worries about gathering enough nuts for winter. He saw the rabbits, hopping anxiously from one patch of clover to another, always fearing the shadow of a hawk overhead. He even saw the mighty bear, whose great strength was often overshadowed by his grumpy mood and impatience with the smaller creatures of the woods. Everyone seemed to be in a constant state of hurry and worry, and Taro couldn't help but feel a little sad for them. They were missing out on the beauty all around them. One bright morning, a terrible storm began to brew. The sky turned to dark, angry gray, and the wind howled through the trees. The animals panicked. The squirrels couldn't find their hidden stashes. The rabbits' burrows started to flood, and even the bear's cozy cave felt a little drafty. They all ran in circles, crying out in fear, not knowing what to do. But Taro remained calm. He slowly and deliberately found a sturdy-looking oak tree, tucked himself tightly into his shell, and waited. The rain hammered down, and thunder shook the ground, but inside his shell, Taro was safe and sound. He simply closed his eyes and listened to the rhythm of the storm, finding a strange sort of peace in its power. Hours later, the storm passed. The sun peeked through the clouds, casting a beautiful rainbow across the sky. Taro carefully poked his head out of his shell. The forest was transformed. Everything was washed clean, and the air smelled fresh and sweet. The other animals slowly emerged from their hiding places, looking tired and frazzled. The squirrels were distraught, their winter food supply soaked and scattered. The rabbits shivered, their homes filled with mud. The bear grumbled, annoyed that the storm had interrupted his long nap. Tesa Taro, looking perfectly content, and gathered around him. "Taro, how are you, so calm?" asked a little squirrel, his tail drooping. "The storm was so frightening. My home is a mess," wailed a rabbit. The bear just grunted, but his eyes showed a glimmer of curiosity. Taro looked at them with his gentle, wise eyes. "The storm was powerful," he sighed softly, "but like all things, it passed. I didn't fight it. I found shelter and waited with patience." He explained that his shell gave him physical protection, but his patience gave him mental peace. He didn't waste his energy on worrying about what he couldn't control. From that day on, the animals in the forest started to see things a little differently. They began to watch Taro and learn from him. The squirrels learned to work steadily instead of frantically, finding joy in their tasks. The rabbits learned to be more aware of their surroundings, finding safer places for their burrows before a storm hit. Even the bears started to appreciate the quiet moments, sometimes just sitting by the river and watching the water flow. Taro didn't change who he was. He simply showed them another way to live. He taught them that true strength isn't about being the fastest or the loudest, but about having the patience to endure the storms and the wisdom to appreciate the calm that follows. And so, the small turtle with the big heart became a quiet hero, a reminder that sometimes the slowest path leads to the greatest peace. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more stories.